Or many people would think they want to be matadors when they find themselves in the ring with 2,000 pounds of bull bearing down them and then discover that what they really want was to wear tight pants and hear the crowd roar. The minute you find yourself in the ring facing down 2,000 pounds of literal and figurative bull, that's when you realize, hey man, this isn't about the accolades or the status or the applause. I've just put myself at risk in order to be here. Therefore, the question, do I really want to be here, is entirely valid and very personal. So, I'm going to begin to bring us in for a landing here on the assumption that the answer to this question for everybody in this room, do I really want to do this, is yes. I don't know if it is or if it isn't. Let's assume it is. How then do we prove to ourselves that we're really doing this stuff, and not just understanding it, not just thinking about it, not just talking about it, not just planning it, but that we're really in the game? That comes down to what I call the pursuit of the OSM. Now, what you're looking at here is a picture of Jimmy Shea, who won the gold medal in the skeleton event in the Winter Olympics a couple of Winter Olympics ago. For those of you that missed it, skeleton is an extreme sport. It's like an extreme sport. It's like extreme luge, or extreme toboggan, if you can imagine. Like that's not extreme enough, right? The difference is, you can see here from this picture more or less, the board itself is a little thing. It's like the size of a roasting pan. And they lie down on their stomachs, and they go head first down the mountain with the chin about 6 inches off of the ice, as they're screaming down the mountain like 1,000,000 miles an hour. So you can imagine what happens if you wipe out, right? So for those of you that happen to see this on TV or wherever, honestly, what were you thinking when you were watching these people? You're nuts, right? I mean, you're out of your mind. I mean, this is why it's called an extreme sport. These people are extremely nuts. So I'm not asking you to take up skeleton, but imagine for a moment that you want to do, okay? You saw it on TV, thought it looked pretty cool, figured you'd give it a try for yourself, so you go out, you get your equipment, get yourself a roasting pan, steal your kid's bicycle helmet, and then you head out to the mountain, and as you're looking at the mountain, you look at the track, you know, from down here as you're approaching it, you're thinking, you're kind of checking out the angle of the whole thing, right? You're asking yourself, do I really want to do this? And from down here, you're thinking, oh yeah, man, this is going to be awesome. And you're stoked about this. And then you take the lift up to the top of the mountain, you have your board in your hand, you step up to the edge of the track, and you look down. Does it look a little bit different from up here on the top of the mountain? First of all, what's the angle like from up here? There isn't one. There's no angle. It's a straight drop. It's just nothingness, right? So now you're having second thoughts. Your hands are starting to shake on the board. Your heart's beating in your chest. Sweat's breaking out of your forehead. You're having trouble catching your breath. You know, but you made it this far. Everybody's looking at you, so you don't want to be an idiot, right? So you give yourself a little pep talk. You say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to try it. I'll just try it, just for a little bit, and see how it goes. So you get yourself into position, you take a deep breath, and you push off, and before you know it, bang, you're going 1,000,000 miles an hour, and you suddenly realize that you are now 100% committed to this idea, right? There is no turning back now, there is no off switch, and typically at that point in the process, there are two words that come to mind. What are they? Yeah, that's that. There you go. You just said it a little bit too early. M stands for moment. M stands for moment. See what I'm saying? All right, so here's the deal. This is really very, it's very straightforward. All I'm suggesting is the OSM is the natural built-in indicator that we have as human beings that we are doing or about to do something that has extraordinary potential to it. And it's a natural part of the human experience. We just think it's unnatural. It's a natural thing that when we experience, we go, something must be wrong here. And actually, and sometimes it does mean that. But just as often, it means that something must be right here. And you know this from your own experience. I mean, think about any time that you've taken on a challenge that you really wanted to do. You weren't sure that you could do it, but you were excited about it. And so you took this thing on because you know it would stretch and grow you and all that. As excited as you were about it, tell me there was no OSM. It's just the way it is. Or any time you made a significant commitment to somebody, and it was a commitment that you really believed in, and then you stepped up to it. As much as you believed in it, tell me there was no OSM there.